Good people, how do you specify your HTML document metadata? Metadata is data that describe data, and HTML has a way of adding metadata to a document, and that is using the meta element. The meta element is typically used to specify the character set, page description, keyword, author of the document, and viewport setting. From our previous video, when we looked at getting started with HTML, we saw that meta element is an example of a void element, in that it doesn't have to have both the opening and the closing tags. It opens itself and also gets closed itself. The metadata will not be displayed on the page, but it's used by browsers. For example, how to display content or load page. It can also be used by search engine, that's through keywords and other web services. Good people, if you go to Google and search W3 Schools online web tutorials in your favorite search engine, for example, in my case, I'm using Google, you will notice the description and the title element content is used in the search result. So any information about your meta page metadata is very important because it plays a very important role on search engine. So how do you define or how do you specify your HTML document metadata? For you to define the character set of your document, you use the meta element like this. Then you give an attribute name of character set and a value of UTF-8. Then you close this element. Character set specify the document's character encoding the document is permitted to use. UTF-8 is a universal character set that includes pretty much any character from any human language. For you to define the keywords of your HTML document that is used for search engine, you do like this. Then you give the name, the attribute name as keywords like this. Then the content of your metadata, for example, this is HTML. Show me also preparing a tutorial for CSS, Java, script like this. Then you make sure you close your meta element. For you to define the description of your web page or what your web page is all about, you do like this meta. Then you give it an attribute name with the value description. Then you enter the content of the description. For example, free HTML course for absolute beginners. Then you make sure you close your meta element. For you to define the author of your page, you do like this meta, give the meta name as author like this. Then you give it the content, basically the name of the author, that's Anwar. Then you make sure you close your meta element. Good people, if you want your HTML document to keep on refreshing after every 30 seconds, you define your meta, give it an attribute name of HTTP equivalent with the value of refresh. Then under the content, you enter the number of seconds that you want your page to refresh after. In this case, that is 30 seconds. If you want to set the viewport to make your website look good on all devices, what are you going to do? Use the meta, give it the attribute value name of viewport. Then enter the content, you enter device, that's width is equal to device width and initial scale as 1.0, and make sure you do close